Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are to continue solving grade 12 national exam of past paper. The first question for today, it is inverse. The function what you see here, it is f of x is equal to e the power of x the power of 5 plus 1. So we need to find the inverse. You know the process. F of x means it's y. Therefore, y is equal to e the power of x power 5 plus 1. Then in place of y, write x. E the power of, in place of x, write y. Y the power of 5 plus 1. Therefore, take both sides ln. Then ln x will be ln of e, which is just 1. So the exponent will remain because the exponent will be as a coefficient. If you remember, in case of ln, if you have, for example, ln of e the power of a, okay, the a will come as a coefficient, so a times ln e will remain, but ln e means it's 1 because ln means logarithm of anything to the base e. So this time ln e means logarithm e to the base e. So what left? A left. So the same pattern here, what left? Y the power of 5 plus 1 will be left. Therefore shift the 1 to the left side. When you shift it, ln x minus 1, we don't have to be mixed. The minus 1 is not together with x. Then x is separate function, is equal to y the power of 5. Now our objective is to get the y. To do that, we have to take fifth root both sides. The fifth root and the other side also fifth root. Okay, let's make it clean. We have y the power of 5 is equal to ln x, okay, minus 1. Then x minus 1. Therefore, we'll take fifth root here. The other side also will take fifth root. When you do that, the fifth root and the 5 cancel and the y remain. The y means the inverse. The inverse of x will be the fifth root of ln x minus 1. So the answer is found in A. Let's go to the next question. The second one, we are asked to find f of x is equal to x squared plus 2 ln x. Then what is the limit of f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 over h? It says this kind of limit means it is the same as the derivative of the function at. This means it's the same as f derivative at 2. So first derive the functions and substitute 2 because the limit, this is a formal definition of limit at a point. So at which point? At 2. So derive it, then substitute 2. So the derivative of the function will be, first, x squared derivative, it's 2x plus 2 ln x. The derivative of 2 ln x will be 2 over x because ln x derivative is 1 over x. The two constant remain. So f derivative at 2 means, now substitute 2. 2 times 2 plus 2 over 2, which is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So the answer is found in A. Next. Okay, the next question is sequence. It says if the sum of the first 6 terms, okay, the sum of the first 6 terms of a geometric sequence is given to you 5 full 1 over 4. What does this mean? 5 times 4, 20 plus 1, 21 over 4. This is sum of 6 given to us, and the common ratio also given to you. This is a common ratio. So remember, sum of n means g1 into r the power of n minus 1 the whole over r minus 1. This is a formula. So we'll substitute this formula. Okay, let's write it down. Everything what we have, we write it down. Okay, let us change the color. Okay. So sum of 6 is the same as g1 in bracket r the power of 6 minus 1 the whole over r minus 1. So sum of 6 is given to you already, 21 over 4 is equal to g1, then r is negative 1 over 2. The power of 6 means 1 over 64 minus 1 the whole over negative 1 over 2 minus 1. This means 21 over 4 is equal to g1 in bracket, when you minus this one, this over 1, 1 minus 64 will be negative 63 over 64. The whole over, when you minus here also, it's over 1, negative 3 over 2. then crisscross. Okay, when you make crisscross, considering this denominator 1, this whole fraction will multiply this fraction. So when you multiply, it's going to be negative 63 over 8 is equal to g1 times, okay, let us use our space wisely, 21 over 4 will be multiplied with negative 3 over 2. To the right side, what left? g1 times 63 over 64, but negative still there, don't forget. Then here directly it will be multiplied. When you multiply, okay, let's write the result even. When you multiply directly, when you multiply, it will be negative 63 over 8. Then at this point, to get g1, I will multiply by negative 64 over 63 by the reciprocal of this one. Okay, the same thing to the right side, negative 64 over 63 will multiply. So this cut out is cut out, and negative also cut out. So the g1 left finally, the g1 will be is equal to, here 63 cut out and the negative also, and by 8 1 by 8 8. So g1 will be 8. That's what we are asking. We are looking for g1. So the answer will be D. Let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question again, it is sequence, as you see. It says 3x, y, and 63. They are 4 consecutive terms of arithmetic sequence. In case of arithmetic progression, you know, there is common difference. Okay, consecutive terms will differ by some constant. That constant is the common difference. We know that. So if they are arithmetic, the difference between 3 and x, that means the second minus the first, or the third minus the second, or the fourth minus the third, it will be the same. So x minus 3 is the same as, okay, I take the two difference, it's the same as y minus 6. Again, it is the same as 63 minus y. All of them, they will give us some common difference. From these two, okay, let's from these two we can get one of the variable. We can collect the x, so 2x minus 3 is equal to y. Keep it. Again, from the last two here, we can bring the y value. 2y is equal to 63 plus x. You know, the x goes and the y comes and added. But what's y? The y value already here. So let us substitute. 2 times 2x minus 3 is equal to 63 plus x. So multiply. 4x minus 6 is equal to 63 plus x. Okay, then bring the x and subtract it. It will be 3x is equal to, which is 3, and the negative 6 goes and added, which will be 69. So divide by 3, so the x value will be 23. That's it. To find the y value, you can insert here 23, substitute 2 times 23. So y is equal to 2 times 23, you know, 46. 46 minus 3. So y will be 43. So the answer is found in B. Yes, the answer is B here. Okay, let's continue to the next question. Okay, the next question also, it is still sequence. It says in an arithmetic progression, the eighth term, okay, this is A8, is twice the third term. Okay, we need to construct one equation here. The eighth term is equal to twice the third, means we can say A8 is equal to 3 times, I mean twice, 2 times A third, 2 times A3, 2A3. Okay, again, the 20th term is given to you 110. A20 also is given to you 110. We have these two given condition, and then which one of the following is not true, it says. But remember, an means a1 plus n minus 1 times d. This is a formula. So a8 means, okay, according to that, let's write it. What means a8 is the same as a1 plus 7d is equal to 2 times a3 means a1 plus 2d. So a1 plus 7d is equal to, multiplied to a1 plus 4d, and if you reshuffle, 3d will be, because the 4d will come and subtracted, is equal to a1. Keep this one. Again, a20 means it is the same as a1 plus 19d. This is given to you 110. And a1 we got it already here, which is 3d. 3d plus 19d is equal to 110, and the sum will be 22d is equal to 110 divided by 22. So we can get the d now. The d value will be, by 11 to this by 11 10 over 2 means it's 5. Okay, we have got the d value. The common difference is 5. Yes. And what about the a1? We can substitute here d. 5 times 3 will be 15. Correct. We have got the 2. Where are they? The a and the c are correct. Now we need to check b or d. So which one is better to do? I think the d is easier, because the 100 term, finding the 100 sum it's a long formula. It's better to find the 100 term. 100 term means, a100 means we can take it is the same as a1 plus 99d, which is a1 is, we got it already, 15 plus 99 times 5 still, which is equal to 15 plus, okay, let's multiply 5 times 9 will be 45, and 5 times 9 again 45, and 4 49. When you add it, the sum will be 0 9 and 1 10, and again 1 11 1 4 510. It must be 510, but it says 610. Wrong. So the answer is D. Which one is not true? D is not true. You can check B. Sometimes we need to save time. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question, it is complex number. A complex number 3 minus yi over 6 is equal to 2x plus 5i over 1 plus 2i, it says. So that two are equal. This is a given condition. Then we need to find the value of x and y, the variable. So we can multiply crisscross. Okay, let's do that. When you multiply crisscross, 3 minus yi times the other denominator is 1 plus 2i is equal to 6 times 2x plus 5i. We need to take care of the sign when you are doing it. Okay, these 3 will multiply each of them. 3 times 1 3 plus 6i minus yi, here negative yi plus times 2i, 2i means I times I will be negative, so negative plus 2y is equal to 12x plus 30i. Here clearly the real part, here the imaginary part, but here it's mixed, so we need to make it clear. The real part 3 and 2y, so 3 plus 2y together, they are real part, plus the imaginary part 6i minus yi, so that we can write it 6 minus y, the I keep it out. Now this is the real part, this is the imaginary part, is equal to 12x plus 30i. So in this case, in case of complex number, if they are equal, the real part must be equal with the real and the imaginary with the imaginary. So 3 plus 2y is equal to 12x, one equation. Here there are two variables, y and x, we cannot solve. The other one, 6 minus y is equal to 30. Here we can solve the y. Shift the y, bring the 30 here. 6 minus 30 is equal to y. That means the y value will be negative 24. At this point you can check the choice. Which choice contain negative 24? Y value. It is C and A, so still we need to continue to check for x. Let's bring the other equation. It says 3 plus 2y is equal to 12x. We got the x value negative 24, I mean the y value negative 24, it will be negative 48. 3 minus 48 is equal to 12x, negative 45 is equal to 12x divided by 12 both sides. So the x value will be, you can simplify by 3, for this by 3, 15. So negative 15 over 4. So the answer is found in C. Yes, the answer will be C. Here it is. Let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question is limit. It says the limit of x to the power of 8 minus 1 whole over x minus 1 as x goes to 1. So the denominator here, x minus 1, has to be cancelled out. The numerator has to be factorized and x minus 1 has to be removed. Otherwise, if you substitute directly 1, it will be 0 over 0. Impossible. So let's think of x to the power of 8 minus 1. We can write it x to the power of 4 square minus 1 square 4. Because 2 times 4, you know, it's 8. So this means we can write it x to the power of 4 minus 1 times x to the power of 4 plus 1. Still, this can be factorized. The plus part ignore because we can't do anything. The minus part again, x to the power of 4 minus 1, it can be written x square square minus 1 again. That means this is the same as x square minus 1 and x square plus 1 and x to the power of 4 plus 1. The last one as it is comes. But this one factorized. Still, this one again will be factorized. The plus 1 ignore. So now we have the limit of this x square minus 1 will be x minus 1 and x plus 1, complete factorization, that is x square plus 1 and x4 plus 1, the whole over, okay, everything, one denominator, that is poor, x goes to 1. Now this cancel, this was the problem. Now substitute directly 1. When you substitute 1 plus 1, it's just 2. Again 1 plus 1, it's 2, and 1 plus 1, it's 2, which is 8 finally. So the answer is found in D. Yes, let's go to the next one. Okay, the next question is derivative. It is introduction to calculus part. So it says here g of x is equal to this thing, the whole g of x equal to x f of x minus square root of f of x, and f of 2 and f derivative are 2 given to you already, 2, 4. So we need to find g derivative at 2. That's the point that we have to be clear. What is asked, it has to be clear. G derivative at 2. So we need to derivate first the g. So when you derivate g of x, the derivative of g of x, we need to derivate this product rule. Product rule, you know, x f of x derivative means it is the same as x derivative f of x plus x times f derivative of x. But x derivative is 1. So 1 times f of x will be f of x plus x times f derivative of x. F derivative of x, keep it as it is, minus and the square root derivative, the square root of whatever it is, 1 over 2 times of itself, but times by chain rule the inner derivative. Therefore at this point let's substitute 2. So g derivative at 2 means now I'll insert everything to f of 2 plus 2 times f derivative at 2 minus 1 over 2 times the square root of f of 2 times f derivative at 2. Therefore g derivative at 2 means now we have this everything 4 4. So 4 plus 2 times 4 minus this is also 4. 4 over 4 I can say. The reason, because this is also 4. 4 from the radical will be 2. 2 times 2 will be 4 still. So this one is 8. 8 plus 4, 12. So 12 minus 1. 12 minus 1 will be 11. The answer is found in A. Very good. Let's continue to the next one. Okay, the next question also, it's derivative as you see. It says f of x is equal to x square over 1 plus x g of x. It's quotient function. And there are something given to you here. Let's skip this one for the time being. But what's asked? F derivative at 2. So we need to derivate this one. It is quotient function. So when derivate, remember there is a rule, f over g. Or because we have f and g already, let's say it by another way. If we have two functions p of x over q of x form, when derivate it, the derivative will be p of x, p derivative of x times q of x, or it's better to say p over q simply, just to recall the formulas. So we can say p over q, if you have, it is the same as p derivative q minus pq derivative over q square. Okay, the upper derivative. So in that manner, now let's derivate f. Let's change the color. F derivative of x will be x square derivative, which is 2x, times the denominator, because p derivative q we said. So 1 plus x g of x minus, again p times means x square times the derivative of the denominator. The derivative of the denominator 1, derivative is 0. But for the other one, look here, also we need to apply product rule, like the previous one. So the derivative of this will be x derivative g of x plus x times g of x derivative. You know, x derivative is 1, so g of x only. Okay, let's change the color. When you are doing such kind of derivative, you need to take care, otherwise it will be total wrong, total mistake. So g of x plus x times g derivative of x. Okay, the whole over, the whole everything over, square it. What square? 1 plus x g of x square, because q square we said already here. Therefore now at this point, without any like simplification, substitute 2 now, because we are asked f derivative are 2. Substitute 2. 2 times 2 will be 4, and 1 plus 2 times g of 2, I'm substituting here also, minus 2 times, I mean 2 square will be 4 again here, because x square it says, in bracket 2 plus 2 times g derivative are 2, the whole over 1 plus 2 times g of 2 square. This will be to use the space properly, you know, g of 2 means it is, let's use another color. G of 2 means it is, okay, first of all, yeah, this must be 2, it should be clear. Okay, now let's use another color. G of 2, it's given to us, it's 1, so here I will write 1, and g derivative of 2, it's 10, and here I will substitute just 1. So 1 plus 2 will be 3, 3 times 4, 12, minus, here 2 times 10 is 20, 20 plus, okay, yeah, so here let's correct once, this is g, so this must be g of 2, g of 2, yeah, let's correct it again, g of 2 plus, therefore, so g of 2 means it is already 1, so 1 plus, here now 2 times 10 will be 20, 20 plus 1, 21, 21 times 4 is 84, the whole over, this is also 1, 1 times 2, you know, it's 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 square is 9, the difference negative 72, so the answer will be negative 72 over 9, which is negative 8. Yeah, it's like expanded. It's very scary when you see it like expanded, but it will be condensed finally, the answer, and it will be amazing. Very good. Let's continue to the next one. Okay, the next also it's derivative, but we need to apply chain rule. F of x is equal to ln of the square root of sine 2x, and we need the derivative. Here how many functions are composed? There is ln, then square root, then sine, then 2x, 4 functions. So when you derive, first the ln derivative, the outer derivative. Ln derivative is 1 over of anything what it has. Ln of, okay, any function derivative will be 1 over the function derivative. That's the first step. Then you will continue the function derivative. That's the pattern. So the outer derivative, the ln derivative will be 1 over of itself, 1 over of everything what we have, the square root of sine 2x times again the square root derivative. The square root derivative is 1 over 2 times the square root of itself, because radical x derivative is 1 over 2 root x. You know this rule, so we need to apply that one. So 1 over 2 times what? The square root of everything times still square root, then sine, then derivative is cosine of 2x, then times still the 2x derivative is 2. Now we'll stop here. At this time you can cancel 2 here, with these two. And radical, okay, when you multiply that to the denominator, it will be just the radical will be removed, because remember root 2 times root 2 will be, it's 2. So radical sine 2x times radical sine 2x will be just sine 2x. So if derivative of x will left, cosine x over sine 2x, not cosine x, cosine 2x, I mean. Cos over sine means, it is cot of 2x. That is the derivative. The answer is found in A. So these are some selected problem of previous paper for today. I will continue solving in more videos, so don't forget to subscribe, share to your friends. Thank you for watching.